episode 61, and welcome in to the Bench is Clear podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the first place San Francisco Giants, who won a pretty shitty 2-4 last week.
And I'm Tyler Coe, representing the Los Angeles Dodgers, who went an abysmal 1-5. The Cubs just tied it up in the 11th right now. So currently, as it stands, the third place LA Dodgers.
Gosh.
Third place.
In your personal life, you've had a pretty good week, though. I mean, so you can't have everything. You can't have everything.
Yes. I had a great week. As everyone knows, I got engaged.
Everyone.
Yay. You know, that was great. But let's get down to the real business here.
That was whatever. Who cares?
Because that excitement was short-lived after the horse shit I've had to see the Dodgers put me through, and everyone else.
Horse shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You know, it's funny, and I think I posted it on Twitter. I was on Wednesday. I was super excited to watch, and on Tuesday as well, to watch the Dodger game because I have an MLB at Bat subscription. And I was in North Carolina. Apparently, I was in the blackout zone for Cincinnati, Ohio. So I didn't get to watch the Dodger games. So that was super fucking fun. So my baseball life has been real bad these past 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think that's been kind of my right when 2014 was literally like the best year of my life. And then afterwards, just the baseball life went pretty far down.
Yeah, but you had 2 years preceding it in 2010, 2012 that were pretty good too. So
beforehand, yes. But what I'm saying is my personal life got great in 2014, and then just the baseball went pa.
Yeah. I'm looking more for that balance. You know, married, World Series title.
Of course you are. Right.
That's what I'm looking for. So hopefully we get there.
Not everyone can have a Jesse 2014. I mean, that's not a normal thing.
Yeah, God really has it out for me. So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out. Let's talk about some baseball. We were both affected by this issue. Giants historically had a terrible game against the Padres umpire wise, and I know the Dodgers had some complaints. So we wanted to see what you guys thought about robot umpires. Robot umpires, we asked you guys yes, no, or can't decide. Winner was no. You guys don't want robot umpires with 50%. 11% couldn't decide, and 39% said yes. Give me those robot umpires as soon as possible. Tyler, what are you thinking?
Bring it. Bring them on. A year ago, I would have been so against it, but I feel like this year in particular has been so bad that I am so for it. And I don't think it's ever going to happen because I think I don't know how many people know, but the umpires have a union as well. So the union's there to protect the umpires. So I don't see that happening. Although you would still need a home plate umpire for plays at the plate, and they would be relaying the calls and strikes, as well. So you still need a home plate umpire, but I'm all for it because these strike zones are unfucking believable.
Yeah, obviously the thing has been going around that everyone was posting that Wilmer Flores at bat, but a lot of people were not understanding that entire game was like that. I mean, I wish I would have screenshot. I don't know how to, but I wish I can go back to certain at bats to screenshot how outside. Like I did a one of a Buster Posey at bat the inning before because I was like, this strike zone is fucking ridiculous. I need to start taking pictures and screenshotting this shit. But I kind of struggle with it, because no matter what, there's gonna be flaws in the system, right? Like we've seen a couple of years ago, Giants prospect Jacob Hayward got thrown out of a game for being mad at the robot umpire for calling it wrong because it was just a nasty curveball that barely just nicked the zone and went straight into the dirt. And that is called a strike. So you can't have those either. So what do you do? I mean, the only thing that I can think of is just maybe some consequences for umpires. If you have games under 90%, games under 78 I mean 92%, 93%, whatever whatever everyone agrees on, that there's some sort of consequences as far as fines, as far as deduction in pay, demotion, something like that. That's maybe what I would think of. But gosh, man, it's just changing the outcome of the game so much to where something needs to get done. I'm not sure if robot umpiring is the answer. It could be if they make it to where the pitch has to be in the zone for like a certain like depth of time or depth of length or whatever, so we don't get those little nicks in the zones. But something's got to happen. I mean, I think we're a little bit blessed in this generation because we have a strike zone box that we get to see, and we can judge the umpires in real time, and it's easier for us. But at the same time, why can't these umpires see the same box that we're seeing and do it based off that?
Yeah. I mean, umpiring's hard. No one,
right.
I'm not trying to say this is super easy and I could do it better. It's hard, but that's your
Correct.
job. And I mean, you've been doing it for umpires to be umpiring in the major leagues. They've had to go through the minors for years and years and years.
Right.
So they're supposed to be the best of the best. I think the best idea that I like the idea of having, you have to at least hit a certain percentage. If you dip below that, there are consequences. Maybe you get sent down to the minors. Who knows? I doubt that would happen. But
yeah,
I would like to see robot umpires in spring training for at least a couple games to see what it's like for major league competition. Right. Obviously there'll be a lot of minor league guys playing in spring training games, but to be able to see some major league guys with the robot umpires, I think I would have a lot better judgment on whether I'm for it or not. But as of right now, out of frustration, I'm 100% for it. And that could change in a couple weeks. But as of this moment, 100% for it.
Right. And it's so tempting for me, obviously, because I felt the umpiring in, that particular game in San Diego and a particular game, actually today's game, Giants' last game, it felt like it was very one-sided. It's just, I just don't. It's very easy to be biased and change based on a game. I feel like there's no perfect solution as far as robot umpiring and umpiring. I think the best way to do it is to somehow improve the umpire's vision or their just improve their vision. I mean, why not have the guy behind the freaking pitcher calling balls and strikes, and there's a little, he could see a freaking box like we can. I don't know. There's technology.
I don't think technology's quite there yet where you could just like put on glasses and all of a sudden you have a perfect strike zone. Although I'm sure it's close.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not that far away.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's got to be something. And I get robot umpiring can take away, their jobs, and the umpires are so important in this game. So, and then like the same thing of if it hits the outside of the line, is that in? That could be a good human element. But just these strike zones that we're seeing lately are just so over exaggerating. And I was complaining a lot on Twitter, but I felt like I made it clear with the later post saying, it wasn't like the umpires lost this game. The Padres had the same strike zone the Giants did. Okay. Darvish took and Melanson took advantage of that strike zone way more than Webb did. And that's an obvious, veteran to rookie difference. He should have took advantage of it. The Padres should have done what they did. It's just bullshit that umpires let it happen to be that outside. I'm just personally not going to get mad at the offense talking about all these, all left the bases loaded with one out and didn't get a run. It's like, well, yeah, when you're calling strikes 3 inches off the plate.
The Dodgers now officially went 1-6 this week, and I fucking hate my life.
It's happening. It's a little ahead. I use a illegal app to don't do what I do, kids. Oh, and it was the shift too. There it is. It's so nice. It's so nice to see you sad about the Dodgers losing. It literally makes my heart melt.
Dude, this team, holy shit.
Shit. I don't know what to. I think maybe we should just go into.
Let's jump into it
games.
now that
Let's
I'm
jump
fresh.
into games that you're sour and sore. Tyler, what's going on here? What do we got to do to get these guys going?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew, because we always talk about it, how injuries affect games, but I don't think that's a good enough excuse. And even with all the injuries the Dodgers have, because they have a lot, I still don't think it's an excuse to be playing how bad they're playing. Sure, you're going to lose more games that you would have won when you have all your stars there. But I mean, they're just playing bad baseball. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with them playing the worst team in baseball. I don't even know who that is right now. But whoever it is, they would give the Dodgers a run for their money, because we can't hit the fucking ball. And then the bullpen can't lock it down in high stress situations. And I get we have a lot of young guys throwing who have never been put in these situations. Like 2 nights ago it was Mitch White. Last night it was Mitch White. Tonight, when you see this, it'll be last night. Clevenger gives up the hit to Rizzo right there. And that's just him beating the shift. It wasn't like he mashed the ball, but
exactly.
Clevenger's a young dude. Yeah, he hasn't been put in these high stress situations. Kenley got put in a high stress situation. He got that double play to extend the game. I mean, it's just been it's the offense for me. That's my biggest gripe. Like, if I have some stats here, let's pull this up here.
Stats here.
Dude,
I have a spreadsheet.
I mean, Justin Turner's hitting okay. Mookie Betts was hitting okay before today. Actually, I'm not even going to go into the stats, because I know that they're just fucking terrible. Edwin Rios being put in the the biggest mistake. Like yesterday, pinch hitting Edwin Rios in the first game, terrible decision. And then you go and start him in the second game when he's like 0 for his last 34. And then finally today, they didn't send him down, but he did go on the IL, thank God. But
Jesus God.
I don't know if this IL thing is legit. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
I feel like the Giants and Dodgers do that, I feel like, sometimes.
Yeah. I think they're just putting him on there just to be able to, bring someone up real quick, just from the taxi squad, and just make it happen. But I don't want to see Edwin Rios until after the All-Star break, if I ever want to see him again, because I'm fucking sick of him. The dude can't hit.
You're so mad.
Dude,
that was like your guys' dude for a while.
Any Dodger fan who's watching this is going to say the same exact thing. Dude, I've watched him watch 3 straight pitches down the pipe for a strikeout looking. And then he's swinging at fucking balls in the dirt. The dude just has no clue. He's so fucking lost. And that's not the reason the Dodgers are losing. He only got 30 at-bats in the last, 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
But everyone else just looks so fucking clueless these past 2 weeks. And I don't get it. Like, I don't know what it stems from. If it's, at some point you think a manager has to really have like a talk that's really going to rile these guys up, but they just look soft. They look like they know they're bad and they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I was watching some video. I wish I remembered this guy's ad so I could maybe credit him or whatever. But he was just saying something about how they don't look concerned because it's April, but it's like you spend your hard-earned money and your time watching this team, and it just seems like they don't give a shit. And so that's like the worst thing, when it seems like they're bad. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers have had so much success. They're like, it's the regular season. I don't care. we're going to get better. We're a good team. Our run differential is the best in baseball. It's going to come around. When it comes around, it comes around. Whatever. I don't know if that's their attitude, but a lot of times it seems like that's their attitude because that's maybe what you're assuming, but they're working harder than anyone can imagine. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I gotta say it is nice, like, to see Dodgers Twitter just fucking crumble and go insane over.
Oh, well, I even got into a little scuffle during this game.
Did you?
Because you had, we just went back and forth, and it's a matter of opinion, I suppose, but I feel like I'm absolutely right.
Of course.
When I forget who put the ball in play, it must have been, it was Max Muncy. He hit that double into the gap, and they sent Justin Turner, which would have gave him a 2-run lead in extra innings, and a 2-run lead in extra innings is huge.
Right, because that runner on second doesn't matter.
The leadoff runner is the tying run, or the leadoff batter is the tying run, so that's huge. So everyone's like, "Why would you send him? Why would you send him?" And it's like, there's 2 outs. You have to send him.
I am so glad you're on the other side of this because I thought we were going to get into a fight. I cannot stand it when people don't realize certain strategy and it just doesn't fall a certain way, right? Like things like that when it becomes it's hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
If it's going to be a close play, like and there's 2 outs, you send the guy. You take a chance. You have to do it.
Right. You test the arm of the fielder, throw into the plate.
Right. And if there's no outs or 1 out, then it's like, why would you send him? All you would need is a back fly there, Right.
You don't send him. Absolutely.
Unless there's 1 out and maybe the pitcher's coming up. So you're like, oh, let's see.
It's Charlie Blackmon's fucking noodle arm in the outfield. Sure.
Exactly. Right. And things like, oh my God, why did the manager put this pitcher in when, this pitcher, all they did was give up a dribbler that just found a hole. Like, you can't, it's hindsight's 2020. If you knew that he was going to give up a run, you wouldn't put him in. But if the decision makes sense, you got to chance it. You got to go for it.
Yeah, of course. Dude, especially when you think about it this way too. Dude, the Dodgers, if you take out the onslaught of offense in Milwaukee where they scored 16 runs this past weekend,
right?
They haven't been doing a damn thing. And tonight, excuse me, they had 9 hits.
Another good
and that's in 11 innings. So, it's not like it's like you would rather send him than have Will Smith up there with a guy on second and third. And it's like, yeah, if a ball's hit deep into the gap, I know Justin Turner is not quick. I know he's slow, but it's going to take a perfect throw to the plate. And it was, and he was out by a couple steps, and that's just the way it is. But that's what you have to do. If runs are at a premium, you take your chance. Right. And sometimes it doesn't work out. But anywho, fuck everyone. Well, it is crazy to note that there are there's being frustrated, and then I think there's taking it too far. Dude, just to see the reactions of some people just freaking out, we need to send this person down. This person needs to be DFA'd. It's
some people don't know at the time. Yeah.
The furthest I went was today. I was like, I can't wait to see Corey Seager transition to third base because he's not a shortstop. Yeah. He's too tall to be a shortstop, number one, and he's just a big guy.
Not athletic.
Yeah, he would be a great third baseman, which we all knew this was coming one day.
Yeah,
but
they were talking about that
the past week
since it came up.
Yeah, but the past 2 weeks, it's been so apparent because he just doesn't have the glove. And then tonight he made an incredible backhand stop and then just throws the ball into fucking right field when all he had to do was toss it over to second base with a force out. So it's just those little things just keep adding up and up and up. And I can't remember the last time the Dodgers played a game without having an error. I can't. So I'm just over here being frustrated and sad and super happy tomorrow is an off day, so I don't have to waste my time watching them break my heart. So
I'm actually pretty pissed it's an off day for the Giants because they always have Thursdays off, and that is my day off at work. So I am very annoyed that I have to spend my whole day without baseball. Well, actually, not really, because minor league baseball is back. So I get to watch minor league baseball, but for some reason the Emeralds don't have a streaming feed, which is kind of bullshit because they have some really dope prospects I really wanted to watch. But
who the
minor league
fuck
baseball is back. But
are they new? Are they a new affiliate?
yes.
Okay, because I was going to say are they the
never heard of it? Yeah, they're the new high A because San Jose got put down to low A.
So are they the Eugene Emeralds, right? Or
Eugene Emeralds. Yeah, but they're great. They've been talking with us on Twitter. They're a great.
I don't
great
know,
thing,
man. They might be an okay organization, but let me tell you about the Greensboro Grasshoppers, who I went and visited while in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Pretty impressive. They let me, so I went in like the team store, just grabbed a shirt because I was there. But then they let me go out on the concourse. Dude,
really?
It's just crazy because we're used to the Lancaster Jethawks field.
Right.
Dude, that stadium looks like better than a lot of like AAA stadiums. Like it's legit. I was super impressed. So and Greensboro Grasshoppers,
they were like, listening. Oh my gosh, Tyler from Just Cleared, you must come. You must see what we have.
Do you want to sock some dingers? You want to take some BP on the field? And I was like, I can't. My fiance, she wants to go do stuff.
Uh-huh.
But the opportunity was almost there.
Was it? Okay. Well, we're gonna have to. Well, I think we're gonna plan a trip out to Rancho when the Giants come through because I gotta see Marco Luciano, Alexander Canario. Hopefully, Kyle Harrison will be pitching. That'd be maybe even get to hang out with our boy Gavin Stone. It's gonna be great.
I don't know. So depending on how the next week of baseball goes, I might just give it up for the rest of my life.
But yes, please
I might become a soccer fan.
If you are in those towns, go to a freaking game. I know Major League Baseball is really expensive right now, but these minor league affiliates need your support. So fucking A, go to a game.
Yeah, and you won't spend money. I was looking at Rancho tickets right behind the dugout for like 2 seats, $50. Literally really? Right behind the dugout. I mean, it's kind of
Jethawks were $15.
I know.
So that's a little
but you have to figure, I mean, I'd rather spend that money because I know it's going to support something, even though they don't pay their players. But if the minors don't survive, then we're really fucked. So
yeah, right. So yes, do support that. Make sure to I know the Jethawks, what they did when a player would hit a home run, they would throw in some cheddar. So bring some cash too. It's a lot more interactive. Yeah, go and support some minor league systems. It'd be great. Yes, and now we're gonna go to the top of the team of the. You have something else to say about these third place losers?
I didn't get my stud and dud of the week.
That's right, stud and dud of the week.
Yeah, because who fucking cares? I'll tell you who the dud is. I'll tell you who the dud is. The whole fucking team.
Bring it. Okay.
The entire fucking team.
You and Brooke have the same dud.
That's it. That's the dud. The entire team. There was one stud, and that was Keibert Ruiz. Comes back yesterday, pinch hit, first pitch he sees, home run. First pitch he ever saw in the major leagues against the Angels, home run. The dude can fucking mash. A switch hitting catcher with power. I can't wait to see him take Will Smith's job or Austin Barnes' job because Will Smith is a big reason why we lost tonight. Because he doesn't know how to catch the fucking ball. And I've said this a million times that he is such a terrible defensive catcher. So you know what? I changed my mind. My dud is Will Smith. Fuck this team. I'm team Keibert Ruiz from now on. That's it.
Okay. Everyone was saying how good Matt Beatty was last week, but yeah, sure.
Matt Beatty had a great week.
Okay.
But now Will Smith's a dud.
Getting jiggy with it. Now we're getting over on this side. I've never been so excited to talk to you after a 2-4 week. Because still the Giants are in first and they're going to play the Padres, so they're going to mash up on the Padres a little bit, solidify that top spot, just how we drew it up before the season started. But here's the thing. the Padres series, I am not too upset about it, to be honest with you. There was the game that they should have won. They won the Kevin Gausman game. The game that they were set up to lose, Darvish versus our number 6, Logan Webb, who had actually a pretty good start. They lost, but they only lost by 1 run. And they had a really shitty strike zone to work with, so you can't really blame the offense. It is what it is. That game didn't upset me. Game 2 was a little upsetting, but I mean, honestly, you're in San Diego. It's a game that you would want to win, but it has to roll one way. It is what it is. That didn't upset me too much. The thing that upset me was in Colorado, right? Obviously, the blow up of the 9th inning in Colorado. I don't know what's going on with Jake McGee. I don't know what's going on with his bullpen, to be honest with you. I stuck up for this bullpen many a times, talking about how they were the one run that they would give up. It would be a blown save because this offense isn't giving them room to breathe, and it's going to happen every once in a while. But right now, I just don't know. Like, it's struggling so fucking hard. Like, you don't know who you could trust besides Rogers and Berger. That's it. I mean, Littell has done really good, but he's only been up for, a couple days. Selman looked really good today, but it's only been up for a couple days. So, you can't really tell. And one thing is weird is Jose Alvarez. Dude has a 2.89 ERA, 10 strikeouts in 9 innings, and he is never fucking used. I don't understand why he isn't used at least a little bit more, especially since every single time, right after a starter, Gabe Kapler loves Matt Whistler. Loves the dude. I don't understand why, because he's struggling so hard. I get it. Like, you want to give him it was first week, beginning of the season, you keep putting him out because you believe in him. But he's showing you that he can't be believed in right now. So demote his role, please. I don't understand. Like, do you have stock in this guy? So you really want to push him up? I don't understand it. He's struggling. Let him struggle. Give him a little bit of break. Put someone who's doing good. I mean, our high leverage guy, go for it.
He's the 2021 Trevor Gott.
Yeah. But
That's all it is.
No, because the 2020 Trevor Gott was in the closing situation, was blowing games that way. Matt Whistler is right after the starters, and he's just giving up.
Yeah, but he's the one that's starting the downfall of the game.
Yeah. I mean, our high leverage guys right now are McGee and Duvall. And Duvall, I believe, is the closer of the future. He's a stud. His stuff is amazing. But he's only pitched up to A-ball. He hasn't even pitched high A-ball. No, that's a lie. I think he was with San Jose. He pitched high A-ball, and that was it. So it's you can't, if he's not ready, you can't keep putting him in these situations. He's not trusting his fastball right now. I'm just saying, put him down in AAA, let him get his time. Hopefully by the end of the year, he's doing better. That's the only thing I can think. I mean, I know we're crossing our fingers and really hoping just Brebbia is going to come up any minute, or Moranta's going to come back any minute, but it's not happening. So maybe not put the guys who are struggling in every single fucking game.
At least you have options. We don't even have options. We have to throw every fucking guy we have every other day, because the bullpen's just so taxed. So, and these extra inning games, if we were supposed to have the shortened doubleheader that went a full 9 or 10 and then 11,
right?
Fuck you. I don't want to hear you complain about your problems, because your problems are minuscule in comparison to the Dodgers' problems.
This is insanity. We have literally changed positions right now.
Yeah,
you complain about your one, Cantley needs to be thrown and back to the minor leagues and DFA'd because he gave up 1 run on a bloop single. And I'm like, you guys are such a bitch.
I just said
no, but Dodgers
needs to learn how to catch
Twitter,
before I punch him in the mouth.
Dodgers Twitter, every single time Cantley gives up a bloop single, he say he's the worst thing in the world, needs to be DFA'd. So
that's because half of Dodgers Twitter doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And also, I just wanted to throw this out there real quick. I can't wait to see the Dodgers trade for Alex Wood at the trade deadline and give the Giants an absurd amount of shit. It's going to suck. Dude, I bet you they try to get Alex Wood at the deadline and give you guys.
They can try all they want, but the thing
compensation.
Is, Alex Wood is done very well for us, so we're not letting him go. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to give you some great compensation.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
Dude, don't worry. Andrew Fleeceman.
He's not a fleecer.
Fleeceman.
By the way, how was Alex Verdugo doing in Boston?
Dude, I think he's like 0 for 50 or something. I don't know.
Bullshit. No, he's a
Fuck
fucking
you.
monster.
I know.
He is owning. He is owning out there. So, and like I said before, you do what you got to do to get Mookie Betts. It was a good baseball move, but that was not a fleece like everyone on Dodgers Twitter says. Such a fleece. It was not a fleece. It was not a fleece. Fuck you.
Can we just have an audio clip of me going, Fleeceman, anytime I bring it up?
But the offense is coming around in Giants land. Okay. Old dudes are crushing. I'm going straight into my stud and dud of the week. Stud and dud of the week. Yeah. It was hard to pick between Brandon Belt and Brandon Crawford, honestly, but I got to give it to B-Craw. Couple bombs, hitting 429, on base percentage of 677 with a 1.5 OPS. I mean, I get it. Coors Field. I get it. Coors Field. I understand. Makes a lot of sense. But they were still there. And it's a lot better than someone else who played a couple games at Coors, which is a game and a half, which is Kirk Casale, who hasn't had one hit this last week. He's batting 0, as in none. Like nothing at all.
Nada.
He's walked a couple times. But and then dude had a huge at bat, getting mad at a check swing, complaining about it when he completely went, swung. I don't know. I understand he's a great catcher. He can call a great game, and he's a good catcher defensively. A lot of pitchers like throwing to him. I understand that. But you got to do something at the plate. I mean, especially if you're going to play as much as he is. He's not just a normal backup catcher who plays, maybe twice, a week on a good week. It's like he's playing 2-3 times a week because they don't have Buster Posey playing a day game after a night game. Obviously, they don't have him playing a double header. They're kind of babying him, which I get it. First full season back off a year off, and then also the hip surgery thing. But something's got to happen. And I remember one of my predictions was that Kirk Casale was not going to end the season on this team because of one Joey Bart. But before we get into next week and before we end this thing, there's one thing I want to address. Everyone keeps talking about how great this Giants rebuild was and how Farhan did a great job on this rebuild. Everyone's talking about this rebuild. The Giants never rebuilt. Never. They never rebuilt. And let me take you back. Let me explain where I'm saying.
State your evidence.
State my evidence. Okay. Sorry. In 2016, this is where this all started. They contended. They were in the playoffs. They won the wild card game, had the best record the first half of the game, then the worst record the second half of the season, half of the game. Best record first half of the season, worst record second half of the season. Still was enough to get them into the wild card game. Lost to the Cubs in 5. So in 2017, they had the tied for the worst record in baseball. They weren't rebuilding. They were still they were still supposed to contend in 2017. They thought they addressed their problem in the bullpen by signing Mark Melancon, and he was supposed to be their closer, and he was just ass with the Giants. So no rebuilding there. 2018 did very bad there too, but that was the year that they got Andrew McCutchen and Evan Longoria. They were trying to go for it. 2019, they got Farhan, and everyone started talking about rebuilding. And how much they were going to get for Madison Bumgarner. They did not trade Madison Bumgarner, did not trade Will Smith, didn't necessarily go – they weren't all in, right? But they didn't rebuild. They didn't tank. They didn't they were a couple games under 500. They weren't like trying to just get the top draft – hold on quick. They weren't trying to just get like the draft selections. That's not the way they did it. They Farhan talked about when he was hired a lot of times on like radio, the KNBR radio station. They're interviewing once a week. They talk about retooling as well as competing, and everyone said that was bullshit. They're rebuilding, but look at it. I mean, the stuff that he inherited with Bobby Evans, his new regime has been developing very well. They went from one of the worst farm systems in baseball to a top 10 farm system in baseball. I think top 10, just above the top 10. A lot of exciting players. Obviously this year they're a legit wild card contender, and honestly would be a division contender if they were in any other division in baseball. So they never rebuilt. They've retooled and competed at the same time. Farhan was right, even though everyone called him a liar. Farhan for life. Mic drop.
Yeah, I don't know all about that, but whatever helps you sleep at night.
I'm just saying they never did, and it's incredible what Farhan has built with the help of Bobby Evans. Bobby put some respect in Bobby Evans' name. He drafted and signed a bunch of these minor league guys, and they keep on saying that he destroyed a bunch of shit. He did not. He did very good. Farhan was necessary, and I love Farhan. I love the things he's doing, but put a little respect on Bobby Evans' name. Next week it's going to be a great week in Giants baseball. They're going to play 3 games against the second place Padres and take 2 out of 3 of those bitches. And then they're going to play the Rangers and at least split. I don't like to plan for sweeps, even though the Rangers are bad. You know what? Fuck it. We're a first place team. We're going to go 4-1 this homestand. Well, this week. They still have one more series in the homestand, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. The Dodgers coming up have 3 against the Angels and 2 against the Mariners. So they get 2 days off this coming week.
So do we. It sucks.
And normally, I would be like, okay, we want to go 4-1 because you want to win both series.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, of course we want to go 4-1, but I think realistically, if we win 2 games, that might be a success with how bad they've been playing.
Right.
I would be very happy with a 3-2 week at this point. Hopefully we get some guys back, but I don't see that happening. Maybe Joe Kelly after the Angel series, they're saying, but no McKinstry, no Bellinger, which is who we really need. So,
right. Yeah. And the guys are supposed to come back for, Kapler said that the Giants are going to be a healthier team this homestand. So I'm imagining Yastrzemski is coming back. I'm hoping Moranta's coming back. Those are guys that they said that were like on the verge of coming back. So hopefully those 2 guys are coming back. We know for a fact Cueto's coming back. So Webb might be a nice piece out of that bullpen to really help bolster and fix the issues there. Big series against the Padres. First and second place teams. We got to make a statement. We're at our home turf, baby. Kevin Gausman, game 1. Let's go.
Yeah. The Padres Giants series is going to be real shit for me. Just because who are you gonna root for? There's not really a great outcome. I mean,
no, none of them.
Yeah, there's really. Hopefully, you guys just split the series.
There's no split.
It's a 3 game.
3 game. Yeah. So.
Oh. I don't know.
So yes, you could say it because you hate the Padres so much you want us to win. That is great. Thank you, Tyler. I will take that as a compliment, and I love you too.
Hopefully, the Dodgers win 3 out of 5. I'll take it. That's how fucking low the bar has come.
Yes, I love bars being loaded.
Yeah. As soon as we pop off the air here, I got to go see who are going to be the big trade deadline targets. Whose contracts are up after this year, because the Dodgers need to get all of them potentially. It's just crazy how we talked about so much about this team, how their depth is unlike anything we've ever seen. And 4 weeks into the season, that depth is being tested and it's crumbling. Right. So,
well, I mean, and no way should this be an excuse for losing, because it is on depth, but there's a lot of injuries. So it's not just like first or second man up. It's like 6th, 7th man up. And same thing with the Giants do. So
that's what I'm saying is I really didn't think you would see the depth be tested so much
so early,
because I wasn't expecting all these injuries kind of compounding on one another, but they have. So now we need to figure out. Yeah, now we need to figure out.
Money's for wars, but can't feed the poor. Tupac was good. Tupac lives.
So with that being said, make sure you check out Renovation Candle Company.
Check them
Summer
out.
candles have been released. Go get yourself a summer candle, especially if you're a Dodger fan. You need something to lift your spirits and make you feel better. You need something to talk you off the ledge. I know you do, because I do. And if I'm feeling this way, you're probably feeling this way too. So get yourself a nice watermelon sugar candle endorsed by my boy Harry Styles. You'll love it.
Beach bikini booty smell. That's a candle. Orange dreamsicle smell. That's definitely one, right?
No,
Can you
neither
make that
of those
happen?
are.
I'm just gonna start naming off stuff, and then you're just gonna have to make it happen. Right?
Yeah, dude, that's how businesses are run. You're right.
The way the guamal smells after a couple of fresh flour tortillas go on the thing. That's a candle.
I don't even know what word you just said, but okay.
Guamal, it's the pan that you put the tortillas on.
I guess I should know that. It's Cinco de Mayo after all.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, it's the day after Cinco de Mayo when you're listening. So,
yeah, all you white people, go out there and get fucked up.
Get fucked up and eat some carne asada. We think it's hilarious. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and hit a like on that thing. Help us grow. Write a review on us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Twitter, Benches Cleared P, Instagram, Benches Cleared Podcast, and on TikTok, Benches Cleared. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week. And the Giants will still be in first.